Joining us now, Ian Pryor, Communications Director for American Crossroads, Penny Lee, Senior Advisor with Venn Strategies. Ian, start with you. Is this the right way to be spinning this?
Well, you know, I think there's sort of a good news, bad news thing here for Trump. The good news is we're not talking about 3 a.m. tweets and sex tapes anymore. I think the bad news is, yes, it's another thing that he's going to have to deal with that's going to be focused on him when we could be talking about the leaked audio where Hillary Clinton was talking about millennials living in their parents' basement. We're talking about Donald Trump's tax returns and losing $900 million.
As Shannon has been pointing out all morning, shocking that the New York Times suddenly releases this gem of a story, as they would look at it, just after Hillary Clinton gets in hot water over leaked audio.
Oh, well, what we do know is that they have been working on this actually for several weeks, and they were trying to get it verified, the information verified. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it is going to be a story and it's going to be something to talk about. It will be interesting to see how Donald Trump reacts to this. We've seen his first tweet, but as we've seen over this past week, he does tend to I would say, over-tweet and try to take things into a different direction. So we'll see what his response is. And the clear solution would be release his tax records. Tell us what they really are.
And to that point about sort of if you want to talk about tax returns and you don't have anything to hide and you're proud of them, as it seems as though Mr. Trump and his campaign is, release them and let everybody go through. You could have released them a year ago, and this wouldn't be a conversation piece right now.
Well, you know, I think Trump was actually onto something in the debate when he said, look, I'll release my tax returns when Hillary releases all her emails. But he's got to follow up on that. If I'm Donald Trump, you have to think outside the box here. You have to take some risks. Go out there, hold a press conference, say it's going to be about releasing your tax returns. Print out 4 years of tax returns, 2009 through 2013, when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. Put them on the podium and say, I will give you these when Hillary Clinton releases her emails. Deal? And then just push it out that way and put pressure on her. If he just releases them, then we're going to spend the next 30 days talking about
going through them. All right. Is that something that Team Clinton worries about, you think, Penny?
Well, look, I mean, she has been, many of her emails have been out there, and they have been released.
There's 30,000 of them that she deleted, and it had something to do with a lot more than yoga. Come on.
And the FBI has determined that those were not criminal in their intent. They have gone through.
Nor is anything that Donald Trump did with his taxes supposedly criminal.
That's true, but what we don't know,
but we don't know what's in the emails.
But we don't know what actually is fact as far as on Donald Trump is concerned, because all we can do right now is speculate, because there is no information.
Okay, so how
but there has been multiple investigations on Mrs. Clinton. She has directed the State Department to release all of those. They have. The FBI has gone through it.
How can you be so excited and say it is so necessary for us to look at Donald Trump's tax returns, yet you don't seem at all concerned, or you don't think we should need to look at Hillary Clinton's emails? Why are those two
I feel like we have. We have had 11 hours worth of testimony on Congress. We have had an FBI investigation. We have had the State Department go through. So we have a lot of information, and she has asked for it to be fully disclosed. Donald Trump has not. He has said, "Oh, I'm going to be the greatest person. I'm the greatest business person." We don't have any proof to that fact.
Ian, I think you got under her skin a little bit here.
First of all, what the FBI said was that they didn't have a case that they could prosecute that she intentionally used a classified or used a server to, spread classified information. There's nothing in there about the Clinton Foundation. We still don't know if there's anything in those private emails that has to do with the Clinton Foundation. That's really where I think the controversy is going to lie. In those personal emails, are there emails that she considers personal that actually have to do with the Clinton Foundation and have a tangential relationship to what was going on at the State Department? But beyond that, despite all the things that are going on with Donald Trump, despite the 3 a.m. tweets, despite the debate performance, despite the tax returns, Hillary Clinton has still not put this guy away. What does that tell you about Hillary Clinton as a candidate? People don't want to vote for her. They're looking for any reason not to vote for her. Right now, Trump isn't necessarily giving them that reason, but the opening is still there.
I would say
you have the last 15 seconds.
We're still in a very polarized country, and we always knew it was going to be a contested and contended race up until the very end, and we're seeing it bear through.
Well, we are certainly seeing that, and we'll also see whether this tax return story goes the wayside of another story that comes out tomorrow or the next day, or whether this sticks around for a while. Penny, Ian, appreciate it, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much. Shannon?
Well, coming up, a major search